Okay, story about my poker history a little bit. So, as many others, I start with zero bankroll, uh, and there was this stuff going on like home games nearby, and I lost all of my stake like in two hands or something. It was about like €1 and €1 and few cents. Back then, it wasn't even euro here. It was like a local currency or something. But this really freaked me out or something. But I felt I was really into sports, so I felt like I want to get better at this game and I want to start winning in these home games. And so very quickly, I I turned to internet and I looked for this Phil Helmut book, like how to crush your home game. So he says like play really tight, like 7-7 VPI PFR, like 7% hands you only play, top 7% of hands only. And I flat out started to do that. I played like only top 7% of hands in these home games. And I crushed with it. And soon you kind of expand that strategy and add more hands as you feel more uh, confident. So and in online, I turned to fixed limit hold'em after some trying. So back then you could get like bonus money for free, um, and so I didn't ever like put my own money in uh, other than that home game. So I just went to fixed limit hold'em with like $30. I think it was 5 cent, 10 cent fixed limit hold'em probably, and those were back then. This was like super easy to crash. I was young, and as I didn't put my own money in, the sums weren't that important. I really believed in sports, and I wanted to get better and better and really build the bankroll to higher stakes. This was my wish when I was really young, again, 17 years old, 18 years old. Back then, you could get into to these casinos at that age. So uh, I played online fixed limit them, and at the same time, I continued crushing this no limit 5 home games with Phil Helmut strategy, and also now from this strategy from online poker schools. So, uh, so this fixed limit hold'em, I grew my bankroll to $2,000, and from $30, like climbing the stakes with decent bankroll management. And then when I reached uh, like $1,500, I think I fell back to $1,000 because of variance and because of like I believe maybe even break even plays or something. And then I really started to study and learn. Like I bought this poker mindset book, one of the most influential books in my life. How does a poker player think? What should a poker player do? So there are answers to these questions in that book, and and so I managed to defeat the $1,500 barrier, and then I started to win more, and I like had like few thousands, and then it was army time for me. I turned 19, and I volunteered for the army in my country. What does is you have to do that service, but if you volunteer, you can choose when. So so I volunteered, and I had like few thousands, and at the end of the army, like it started in October and ends in June. Well, back then it was very long time ago, like 16 years ago or something. So anyway, in May I played in the army. We had more free time. We got laptops were allowed, so I lost like $1,000 in the army by playing from laptop. But I was super confident with the army training, and I really look, yeah, here I made like break even plays, uh, playing many tables at pretty high stakes. Maybe it was even like 3-6 or something, fixed limit hold'em. And then I thought like, super confident, and I quit, playing from laptop that much in the army, and so I had a negative month like in May in the army, and then in June I got free from the army. All soldiers were like super happy, like they're partying and they're like the best day in the world or something, and for me too. And I hired a coach, like a poker coach. I think back then it was like $80 per hour fixed limit coach from Midstakes, and he said me many things. Like, you play really well. I was worried about like turn spots against regulars, and I said, don't worry about this. You play really well. And he said, pointed me to a coaching site. And I go there. It's like a paid coaching site. This is better than your current coaching site. And I went to the paid coaching site, and there they teach how to crush fixed limit hold'em heads up. Mostly against really weak players, but also as the course progresses, you also able to beat not only the weakest players in fixed limit heads up, but also like aggressive players who do mistakes. And so at beginning we avoid aggressive ones in heads up, but later we also know how to win a lot from them also. So then my bankroll really like skyrocketed. I had like $3,000, but then I won like 5,000 in a row. And then I just went to university and tried my luck there, studying literature. But really, poker brought me back from there as well. I think it was already decided for me in a high school before the army. I was like last grade of high school. I was like grinding poker, and I was like, this is my future. So I had decided that kind of inside before that my future will be online poker player for many years. And so yeah, I crashed really. I think when I reached like $11,000 in bankroll, like I spent a lot, but I reached like 11,000, this sum of money on my account. Then I kind of quit because like 1,000 was enough for me, so there was no need to play anymore because I had no living costs back then, and so I went traveling with the money, and so I ended up in Vienna, and then I decided to play again and rent this apartment and crash again, like for plus 10,000 in 2 months. I don't remember like amounts. Like, I don't remember exactly, but I spent a lot. So I had like 2,000 left or something, and then I went to India, and then I wanted to try out this hippie life, and left everything behind. And somebody bought me like the back back home ticket from India, and then I lived like a hippie for a few years, and then I met girlfriend and applied for jobs, and I went to work. Actually, I worked already in India in the guest houses as the dishwasher and the service for the guests. So I already like had worked in India first time in my life. But then when I met girlfriend, I also got these easy jobs like help teacher or security or pianist or something, these small jobs and gigs. And I wasn't playing poker professionally after that. Uh, and now I'm like turning back. I make currently like $100 a year in online poker, playing really low stakes. And running a game dev business now, which made more last school year. It made like 3,000 euros, which is basically $3,000. With very little effort, like giving this education workshop. So I have found like quite good balance. Like this game dev business for kids is my bread and butter, and is like the main thing for kids, education about video games. And at the same time, I make like $100 at really low stakes a year in online poker, which is super nice sports practice. So for me, I feel it's about personal harmony, about personal balance. how to combine all of these things like family, work, and online poker career together to one enjoyable and efficient practice. Yeah, and I pulled back on goals also, so I'm not that much rushing after gold anymore. So it's like super enjoyable to just have fun sometimes, like just this local casino, they had this tunes like buying for 1 cent and then 2 cents and then 6 cents, and I just gave them the money, and I even won something, and then I lost the ticket or something. So I'm like, if the buy-in is under 10 cents, I'm like, yeah, I can afford it. So yeah, I think in total I've made more than $30,000 in online poker, but I consider it all as whole. So together with game dev business, it's like over $40,000, and it's coming more money in the gaming industry, I believe. So uh, yeah, super nice. Biggest chunk of money I have had at one time was $11,000, and as I said, like 1,000 was enough. So yeah. Now I'm currently like using money a lot really fast, so I haven't had a chunk of money for many years, especially after I was hippie. So, but now I'm taking easier challenges than hippie. So I'm, yeah, kind of being a nice guy and working hard and being there for family and for kids in the education. So yeah, easier challenges, but some challenges, and trying to do service with the business games, and also getting back on track in online poker, buying a lot of coaching, and really doing best training I can, and I really love it. Found better, more conservative bankroll management, like 1,000+ buy-ins. So there they are, the coaches. They directed me there, and they are there guiding on. So super nice. Yeah.